295,450 persons have at least $30 million in their possession. These people, known as the ultra-high net worth individuals or UHNWIs, make up approximately 0.0037% of the world's population and control about $35 trillion in assets. On the other hand, Forbes has 2,668 people or families included in their 2022 World's Billionaires list. This is 87 fewer billionaires than last year. Collectively, they're worth $12.7 trillion, less than $400 billion last year. To put this in perspective, the billionaires of the world are less than 1% of the total 8 billion human population. These wealthy people would normally socialize with other people of the same socio-economic group. This simply means that the rich rub elbows with other rich people. However, it's interesting to note that as your income increases, the number of individuals who earn and spend similarly to you decreases. And because there are so few people who are like you after you reach the top of the income range, your social networks expand to a worldwide level. Over time, this resulted in the development of the unofficial but highly systematic Billionaire Social Calendar. So what is this social calendar? But before we get on to our video, click the subscribe button if you still haven't. Don't forget to click the notification bell as well, so you're always notified whenever we have a new video. So, let's get right to it. The term Billionaire's Social Calendar refers to regular occasions or circumstances where extremely wealthy people congregate primarily with one another. To give you an example, we'll list down some of the common events where the richest of the rich in the world mingle. Even at the start of the year, the wealthy few go to their favorite playground, St. Barthélemy or St. Bart's, located in the French West Indies. January is also the time for Davos World Economic Forum in Switzerland. In fact, Switzerland also has Cresta Run and St. Moritz Polo World Cup on snow events during this month. Add in Art Stage in Singapore and the Sundance Film Festival in the US for January's calendar events. February is the month of the Super Bowl and the Miami Yacht and Brokerage Show in the US, the Vienna Opera Ball in Austria, and the White Turf International Horse Races in Switzerland. March and April are for the Art Basel Hong Kong, Dubai World Cup, Singapore Yacht Show, Masters Golf Tournament in Georgia, and throw in a bit of downhill skiing in Aspen. The month of May is busy with the Cannes Film Festival in France, Concorso d'Eleganza Villa d'Este Car Show in Italy, Glyndebourne Opera Festival in the UK, the Monaco Formula One Grand Prix, and the Kentucky Derby Horse Race and Met Gala in the US. June is usually for sporting events like Henley Royal Rowing Regatta and Royal Ascot Gold Cup Horse Race in the UK, and the US Open Golf Tournament in Pennsylvania. How the ultra-rich manage their time in between these events, with working and whatever else they do, we don't know. Have you ever been to these events and also rubbed shoulders with the extremely rich? Let us know your experiences below. Starting the next half of the year, the social calendar for July includes Jaeger LeCoultre Polo Gold Cup and Wimbledon in the UK, and Bayreuth Wagner Music Festival in Germany. While August is for Venice International Film Festival and US PGA Gold Championship. September is usually very busy. You've got the Monaco Yacht Show, US Ryder Cup Gold Championship, Singapore F1 Grand Prix, and the glamorous Salon Privé Concours d'Elegance. Oh, lest we forget, the Fashion Week for New York, London, Milan, and Paris is also in September. The final months of the year are dedicated to Frieze Masters Art Show in London, Melbourne Cup Horse Race, the Le Bal des Débutants Fashion Show in Paris, the La Scala Opera House opening in Milan, and Art Basel Show in Miami. Then, they do it all over again next year. These events made available to the truly rich are more for socialization rather than being about the events themselves. The ultra-wealthy people have frequently voiced a sense of need to join the events to retain their social position. However, they don't necessarily attend all events and each tailors the calendar to their interests. Now with all these traveling around, the truly rich often have their own private yachts and planes. They book in advance to make sure that their accommodations don't fall short of what's expected of them. Their itinerary must be a long list with an equally long list of expenses. As a matter of fact, 2021 shows a staggering number of private jet flights of about 3.3 million worldwide. By streamlining one-off private jet reservations, chartered companies like NetJets, VistaJet, and Wheels Up have transformed the sector and made travel easier for the biannual wealthy leisure traveler. Fixed-base operators, or FBOs, which serve as private terminals for hire and service these private aircraft, are also experiencing record traffic. As a result, more FBOs are being built, which is driving up the cost of airport properties and hangars. Therefore, accessing a private jet is more expensive despite the industry's continued expansion. In essence, there's limited capacity for ultra-rich transportation. People are willing to spend more money on a single night at a 5-star hotel than the majority do on a single month's rent. This goes the same for spending on a 2-hour private flight than the majority do on their vehicles. The demand is rising at a faster rate than the industry as a whole. The astounding result is that the billionaires have been driven from their traditional enclaves by the millionaires. The wealthiest people are increasingly turning to go private. Private planes, private accommodations, and private yachts. Private everything ensures that the experience is exclusive enough. Who would have thought that traveling for the rich can also be frustrating? Just imagine having no private jet when you need one. Yachts effectively meet this need because they let the ultra-rich move at their own pace and deliver the standard of living they desire to virtually any location, essentially regardless of demand. The maritime migration starts each fall when the Mediterranean temperatures begin to fall and the last of the summer's events come to an end. But where they wish to go is still mainly determined by that billionaire's schedule. While the majority of yachts are capable of making most ocean crossings, it is an expensive and hazardous venture for some due to the reduced staff. Thus, yacht-carrying ships are necessary. While these vessels connect the world's yachting attractions throughout the year, the transatlantic migration is the focus in the fall and spring. When the Med-season ends, a flood of vessels arrives in yachting hotspots like Italy and Spain to load up on one of the yacht-carrying ships available. Loading up costs about $100,000. Additionally, the superyacht industry is also booming. However, owning a superyacht is expensive and difficult. Yachts don't actually transport people very effectively. On open water, they're typically unpleasant journeys. Furthermore, yearly fees typically range from 10% to 20% of the boat's value. You'd also have to think about refitting, repairs, and other costs related to keeping your superyacht in tip-top shape. To add to the cost of owning a superyacht, you'd have to think about the cost of berthing, getting sponsored for a yacht club membership, the membership fees on these clubs, and even the best spots to dock. With these in mind, the wealthiest people make sure that they have a good relationship with the yacht club, its members, and its staff. Aside from docking superyachts in yacht clubs, which makes the usual water routes busy, billionaires are moving to a new and exciting thing: expedition yachts, also known as explorer yachts. Expedition yachts are specifically built to cruise longer distances without having to dock. This new trend of exploring is not limited to expedition superyachts. It's more of an experience for these billionaires who might be tired of the same old thing every year. Luxury travel companies like Brown and Hudson offer specially curated adventures for those who want something new. These Luxpeditions promise to give luxury exploration even in the middle of nowhere, and expect to have a chopper ready for a quick visit on an island, or whatever convenience you'd like after or during your adventure. In short, you'll find an adventure that you won't ever forget. If you're the richest of the rich, almost everything is possible. Take a bespoke tour and brag about it to your friends. go to remote villages, trek through a jungle, or fly up to space. A lot of the truly mega rich are traveling, not to be seen on social media or in person, but to have privacy. And it can be seen through the sales of vacation properties that are worth a lot of dollars, like millions upon millions of dollars. We won't truly know the extent of traveling experience that billionaires have because they're willing to spend tons of cash on ensuring their privacy. And even if we learn about these experiences, it's more likely that they've moved on to other things, just to make sure that they're still ahead of everyone else. And that's the end of our video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel by clicking the red button. Click the notification bell as well, so you'll be notified whenever we have a new one. See you in our next video, and always remember, Invictus Luxury, for people who want more.